and welcome to Tech Chat Tuesday. I'm your host, Earl Kelly, owner and founder of EK3 Technologies, coming to you from the heart of the San Marco neighborhood in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida. Today we're going to talk about a subject that I get asked frequently. Which is better, fiber or cable internet? We live in a world where internet runs our lives. As even more and more things are connected to it, it makes sense that we want to have fast, reliable internet at our home or place of business. On a side note, do we really want the toaster to tell us if the toast is done via an app? I think not, but that's an entirely different conversation. So what's the best source of internet? Is cable really better than fiber? To discuss this, I think we need to break down the services into 5 different categories: structure, availability, reliability, speed, and cost. I think it's also important to understand the differences in what we are talking about. In today's discussion, we'll be talking specifically about fiber and cable internet, not DSL. DSL is an older technology from the phone company that uses copper wires to connect you to the internet. While this is faster than dial-up, it is by no means high speed. Not to call out any one phone company, but a lot of phone companies like to tout their fast internet, but then they don't really tell you that fiber isn't available in your area. What they will tell you is high-speed internet is available, and then they'll post speeds of up to 4 to 6 megabytes per second. Here's a tip. If you go to their website and they quote you anything less than 250 megabytes per second, then fiber isn't available in your area. Call your cable company. So let's talk about structure. What exactly is the difference between fiber and cable, or coaxial cable, or just coax for short? Coaxial cable contains a copper core that is insulated with aluminum, a copper shield, and an outer plastic layer. When prepping for this chat, I was surprised to learn that coaxial cable has been around since 1858 and was first used for transatlantic cables. That's right. Since 1858, there have been cables literally laying across the ocean floor from the U.S. to lots of European countries. Do you think fish listen into our conversations? Since then, we've used coaxial cable for all kinds of things. In 1948, we started sending radio signals down coaxial cables to TV viewers in remote areas, and the rest is history. In the first computer networks, coaxial cable was used to connect the workstations together. In fact, the internet was actually built on coax. But it wasn't until 1995 that the cable modem was introduced. This device was able to send higher frequency radio signals down the coaxial cable on top of the signal already coming to your TV. And because the two signals were different frequencies, they wouldn't interfere with each other. Your cable modem converts your network traffic into this radio frequency, and then sends that down to your carrier, and then your carrier converts that back to network traffic on the other end. Cable internet has been around for some time now, and structure-wise, it's pretty solid. But it depends, too, on what neighborhood you live in. With so many houses and businesses connected to cable, you can see lag times or slowness in the evenings simply because the cable can only hold so much data. It can be compared to a garden hose trying to take on all of the water from a fire hose. Something or someone is going to have to wait. So what makes fiber so different? Well, unlike coax, a fiber cable is actually made up of small rods made of glass or plastic. Each rod transmits light from one end of the rod to the other. This light is then captured by a converter at each end of the cable and is transformed into network traffic. When you were younger, you may have had a lamp that had color-changing fibers coming out of it. That was an artistic use of the same technology for fiber optics. Now imagine that just one of those fibers or rods can transmit 10 gigabytes per second of data. Most fiber optic cables hold 80 rods, or enough rods for 800 gigabytes of data per second. That's a lot of data, and thanks to companies like Nokia and Facebook, we're actually learning to make the same cables even faster. What this means for you, the consumer, is that while cable is solid, fiber optics are the future of internet connections. So let's talk about availability. This really is fiber's downfall at the moment. While 89% of the US population has access to cable internet, fiber is not always available in all areas. Currently, only about 30% of the US population has access to fiber, but that number is growing daily. And an interesting side note here, in my research, I found that because of the size of the US, we lag behind other nations in fiber availability. Several nations are at 90%, and only Australia and Chile are behind us. If fiber is available in your area, you should feel very lucky and take full advantage of it. So let's move on to reliability. Both cable and fiber connections are almost equal reliability-wise, but fiber optics has a big plus in this area. Because the fiber is transmitting light from the light source, it doesn't require much electricity. So long as the converters on both ends of the fiber are on, data is transmitted. Cable, on the other hand, needs boosters along the way to keep the signal strong. This is done using electricity. You only need one hurricane, thanks Irma, to tell you how important that is here in Florida. While we had electricity during the storm, the neighborhoods all around us did not. Therefore, cable internet was out for about a week. So if you live in an area that has frequent power outages, you should pick fiber. Moving on to speed, I think it's important to understand another piece of the structure of both solutions: symmetrical versus asymmetrical connections. These sound like big scary words, but let me break it down for you. Most internet service is sold as a down speed and an up speed. For example, you may get 100 megabytes per second down and 500 megabytes per second up. This is an asymmetrical connection, meaning that you get two different speeds. The down speed is what most people are concerned about. This is the speed in which data is downloaded to your home or business from the web. For example, websites, software, movies, pictures, etc. The up speed is the speed in which data is uploaded from your home or business to the internet. This could be emails, pictures, videos, zip files, etc. If you do a lot of uploading from your home or business, you may want to consider this. Or if you're running a server in your home or business, a slow up speed can be a killer. Symmetrical means that both the down speed and the up speed are exactly the same. You find this a lot with fiber, but not always, so you should read the fine print. With cable, speeds can range from 10 to 1,000 megabytes per second download and 5 to 50 megabytes per second upload. Fiber optic services, on the other hand, can accommodate 250 to 1,000 megabytes per second in both directions. Also, unlike coax, many people can access fiber at the same time without affecting the fiber's performance, making it ideal for large population centers and neighborhoods. Now, as for cost, at one time, a cable internet connection was quite a bit cheaper than fiber, but the costs associated with fiber optics have come down significantly. Both are now very comparable in cost, though fiber can be more expensive in some areas. So in conclusion, if fiber is available in your area, I think that is the best option for now and in the future. Its reliability, structure, speed, and cost make it the best choice for those wanting fast internet connections without all the hassles. We here at EK3 Technologies sell internet connectivity for more than 300 different cable and fiber optic providers across the U.S. We'd like to help you make the best decision for you and your company. Don't trust the big companies to give you all the information. Call or text us at 904-337-1610 or email us at sales@ek3tech.com and let us help you make the right choice. Once again, I'm Earl Kelly with EK3 Technologies. It has been my pleasure talking to you today, and I hope you learned something. Join me next time. Now, go out and enjoy this wonderful day and impress your friends with the new proven knowledge you've obtained. Let's talk about structure. I don't know what this was. What was this? So let's talk about structure. What exactly is the difference between fiber and cable? So what makes fiber so different? Well, coax. Okay. So what makes fibers? Now I can't stop laughing. Stop. Okay. So what makes fiber so different? Now. Frequently, which is, wow, I didn't even get started. Toast is done via an app? I think not, but that's a whole different conversation. Why can't I get the joke right?